Trauma is the leading cause of death in civilians under 40. Shootings, stabbings, car accidents, and suicides. There's a lot of new research that we'll start doing in trauma patients with regards to the new cannabis law. So research is answering a lot of unknowns. If we discover something new that is working better than what's been done in the hospital, we have the ability to change the standard of care, both in the hospital, nationwide, worldwide. It's very rewarding when you've put in years of work leading up to a project, seeing the clinical trial all the way through, and then seeing your results make a difference at the end.
Often we'll have patients with exceptionally rare diseases, many of which the general public have never heard of. Rare blood disorders and mostly blood-borne cancers. A patient who was terminal. It was extremely important to her that she get to this wedding. She loved this nephew like a son. We worked together to maintain her quality of life, but also get her to this wedding date. I put on a suit, I grabbed some fairly strong pain medications and antiemetics, and I got in the back of the ambulance and we all went together. And it was a great experience. I loved it. To go above and beyond for the needs of a patient is something that should be done at every hospital in every care scenario. I feel like our unit does that, and I love it.
I look at my role as clerical as kind of like air traffic control. I'm like the gel that holds everything together to keep everything running smooth, whether it's with the nurses, the doctors, and the patients, to try and keep everybody happy and keep everything running the way it should be. And I'm there for the patients. The patients need anything, whether it's a food tray or when's the doctor going to come see me, all the sorts of questions that you get asked all day long. Treating everybody with respect and treating each patient like they're the only patient. You have to be the one that's calm, cool, and collected and be in control. It's just second nature. I don't even think about it. I try and do the best job that I can, and I love my job.
I think with being a nurse, it's not just a title, it's a calling. And I really try and make just a small difference in my patients' lives. A huge part of my job as a nurse is to be a patient advocate. So many patients come into the hospital who don't have family, who don't have friends, and they need somebody to speak for them. I really feel strongly in answering all the questions from my patients. There are many times where I don't know the answer myself, so it's my responsibility then to seek help from the allied health, from the physicians. What I love about St. Mike's is that they will take care of anybody. It doesn't matter what kind of walk of life you come from, social, economic status. We're here to serve the people of Toronto.
What I do is help with hospital renovations or moves in areas that involve spaces where patients are seen. I had a previous career as a medical laboratory technologist, so I do have some medical knowledge which comes into play. I understand flow, and I love the Tetris aspect of it, just laying out departments and whatnot. In my mind, the patients come first here. They're the first and foremost people that we have to make comfortable. We are operating in a very funny facility in that part of it's brand new, but a lot of it's very old and antiquated. It's very difficult to make it flow. It's very difficult to keep everybody happy. So I try and bring compassion to what I do with respect to everybody that it affects.
The area of addiction medicine is still very early and new in its development. But I feel very strongly, particularly in pregnancy, that we have a time where often they're seeking out healthcare, and it's an ideal time to say to them that, look, we do have excellent treatments available, both medical as well as psychosocial, that may transform your life. It's maybe the first time in their lives where they've actually felt respected in healthcare. I think one of the benefits of being a family doctor is being able to follow people over time. I get to typically know them during a very happy time in their lives, and then I get to know their family after delivery.